Okie dokie, boys and girls. We're going to be on page 19. Page 19. So what we're going to do here is we're going to review or practice more how to write an expression. We're going to start with one-step expressions, and then we're going to also try out some two-step expressions. We'll do some together, then I'll have you try some on your own, and then you'll be able to check your answers with mine after you try those out. So we're going to be on page 19. Page 19 of the Unit 5 packet. The first thing I want you to do is, and you'll see why we're doing this in a second, I just want you to fold the paper, this would be vertically, like this. Make sure it kind of, the pages meet here, okay? And you're just going to crease it and then unfold it. So now what you've created is just a line down the center of this chart. We're going to write our let statement for our variable on the left-hand side, and we're going to write the expression on the right-hand side. It's going to help us create a little T-chart. So when we have a phrase like this, there's a couple things we want to do. One, we want to think about what is the number we don't know. That's going to be our variable. Two, we want to think about what are the math words, what are the operation words that we see in the phrase. So let's take a look at this first one here. 4 times more money than Elliot. Well, what do we not know? We don't know how much money Elliot has. This is what we don't know. So this is what we're going to make our variable for, the amount of money Elliot has, because we don't know how much money she has. So we're going to let, we'll say E. Let E equal a money Elliot has. So there is our let statement. This is going to tell us what our variable is and what it means. E means the money Elliot has. We want to write an expression that represents 4 times more money than Elliot. So in our next little rectangle here that we created with our fold, we're going to write the variable E. That's how much money Elliot has. Now to show 4 times that amount, we're going to multiply E by 4. Now normally we put the number before the variable like this. Now we could write it like that, 4 times E. Or we could write it using the dot, 4 dot E, or we could write it using parentheses, like something like this, 4 times E. Any of those work. You don't have to write all 3, but it might be a good idea just to see like what are the different ways we can write that. All right, the next one's kind of cut off here. This should say half as many pages as George. It should be half. Half as many pages as George. Well, what do we not know? We don't know how many pages George has. So that's where our variable is going to come in. We're going to let, I don't know, G, perhaps? G equal number of pages George has. We want half as many as G. Now again, we've seen this one like this before, where half, you think of the fraction half, but to find half of something, you could also divide by 2. So there's a couple different ways we can show that. We can show it with the division sign. Half as many, this is how many pages George has. We want half of that, so we're going to have G, and then we're going to divide G by 2. The other way you can write it, you're going to see this maybe more often, is we're going to have G divided by 2 like a fraction. G divided by 2. So both of those show how to find half as many pages as George. So if George had 100 pages, to find half, we do 100 divided by 2, which is 50, or 100 divided by 2, which is 50. All right, let's check this one out. $4 less than a chair. Okay. Well, this one should be a little bit more specific, but what we don't know is how much the chair costs. $4 less than a chair. So we don't know the cost of the chair. So we're going to let's do K. You can do a different letter if you want. Cost of a chair. So this is one we have to be careful with because this is $4 less. Some of us might be tempted to put that $4 first, but the $4 actually comes second. So it's going to be $4 I'm sorry, I missed my own advice. I'm going to start with the variable. Okay, that's how much the chair costs. We want $4 less than that. So that's the cost of the chair. Then we're going to subtract 4. That's it. K minus 4. So we're going to make sure to put the 4 second because we want to subtract $4 from K and not the other way around. So let's say the chair was $12. To find $4 less than that, we do 12 minus 4, which would be 8. Okay. Now I think these next two are 2 steps. 2 steps. We need only one variable, but it might be 2 operations here. The cost of 5 CDs and a $12 DVD. Well, we don't know the cost of the CDs. We don't know how much the CDs cost. We know we're going to get a DVD for $12. We know we're going to get 5 CDs, but we don't know the cost of the CDs. So we're going to let, let's see, I don't know, Z equal cost of a CD. So we're not going to put the cost of 5 CDs. We just want to know the cost of 1 CD. Cost of 1 CD or a CD. And we're going to start with that. That's the cost of the CD. Now, we're not buying just one. We're buying 5 of them. So to find the cost of the CDs, we'd have to multiply Z times 5. So if we do this, like 5 times Z, when you do that, that's going to be the cost of the CDs. But that's not all. That is not all. We're also buying a $12 DVD. So 5Z plus the $12 DVD. So just to kind of give you an idea of what this is, there's the cost of the CDs, and there's the cost of the DVDs. When you add them together, you're going to get the total cost. This last one here is also a 2-step problem. You have a $9 pizza with 5 wings. Well, what don't we know? We want to find the total cost. We don't know the cost of the wing, of each wing. We don't know. So we're going to let W, perhaps, equal cost of a wing. So we have a $9 pizza and 5 wings. So to find the cost, we can start with that $9 pizza. Now we're just buying 1 pizza, so we don't have to multiply that by anything. And then we're buying 5 wings. So instead of just putting W, because that would only be 1 wing, we have to multiply that by 5. So it's going to look kind of like that. $9 for the pizza. I'm just going to label that pizza. And then $5 for the wings. Going to get those wings. Wonder how much they are. So if the wings were, let's say, $2 for some reason, 2 times 5 is 10. That'd be for the wings. Plus 9 would be $19. It'd be quite a bit, quite expensive for 5 wings. All right, so I'm going to have you try some of these on your own. We're going to start with 1-step problems, and then you're going to try a couple 2-step problems, and you'll be able to check your answers when you finish. So if you go back to page 18, I'm going to show you which ones you're going to try. You're going to try these 4 on the top of page 18. We did not do these in class. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. For each one, of course, you're going to write the variable. That's the number you don't know. And then you're going to write the expression using the variable. Now, if you get stuck on these, there are ones on the previous page, on page 17, that are just like it. So if you're looking at this 4 points fewer than the Bulls scored, and you're not sure what to do, if you look at page 17, there's a problem just like it. Same thing with the other 3. So 12 times the number of feet, what do you not know? That's the variable. The cost of a shirt, an $8 pair of socks. A third as many buttons as Sally. Those are the 4 that are 1 step. Now with this one, you got to be careful because that's a division one, just to give you a hint. Remember we did the ones with the half? We divided by 2. Well, a third is similar, but you wouldn't divide by 2. You divide by another number. I'm not going to say just yet. So try those out. And also, on page 19, you're going to try out these 2-step ones on the top of page 19. Now, if you can't see that number, it's going to be 6 more than double the number of Slinkies and 7 less than half the number of Skittles. After you try those, I want you to try them on your own. After you try them, you can check your answers with mine. There's going to be a Google Doc attached to this assignment. If you have any questions, or if the ones you did were incorrect, make sure to check your answers against mine and fix the ones that maybe did not go so well for you. All right, if you have any questions while you're working, feel free to email me, let me know. And if not, I will see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.